And if I knew that I would be where I'm at today, I probably would have took a lot of things more
What's happening?
than I did, because I could have benefited from them today. Where at the time, you don't.
What are we doing?
Take serious because you don't expect to make it as a rapper. So like, why would I care about having my Spanish bars up? But now I wish I knew more Spanish than I did.
What are we doing?
I mean, and you touched on a lot. There's a couple things I want to go back into, but I kind of want to go into them in order. You
Let me turn this podcast up. You smoking up? Top of the morning. It's already the 1:15. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Transcends any racial lines, any lines of class, social status, anything. When you hear that song, it affects people the same way, regardless of where they are in life, high or low, anywhere in between. So that's.
I hope you can hear that.
And what brings us all together. Who were some of the rappers that influenced you when you was coming up?
For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because of what we're taught in school or what, but I was always taught, and I bought in early on to the fact that Texas is better. So I don't know, that's just because of I'm from Texas, so I felt, oh yeah, I'm from Texas, yeah it is, but we are better than everybody else. But I always our
PAULWALL,
better than
talking to K-Rino,
better, our music's better, our rappers are better. So I always
sitting sideways.
I always took a liking to all the Houston rappers a lot quicker than I did the more national artists.
From Houston.
When I grew up in that time period,
look at this promo.
You hear on the radio mostly West Coast artists.
Like that.
And on TV, on TV raps or whatever, whatever shows on TV, on BT and MTV, you would mostly see the New York artists. You wouldn't see, but on none of it you would hear or see any Southern artists. Right. Rap a lot, Scarface, Ghetto Boys, they were kind of the few that they might get a little bit of love elsewhere, but they wouldn't really get a lot of play for whatever reason. But on the screw tapes or just on mixtapes or just through the independent hustle, car shows and stuff like that, we got introduced to all the local artists here, which to me was hands down, my favorite compared to any other style of hip hop. So all the local artists, of course, anything that came out on screw tape, they were all my favorite, of course. Street Military, of course, UGK, all the Rap a Lot artists back in the days as well. I was a fan of all of it, all the Suave House artists. Any art, it used to be where I would go to like Sam Goody or just any of the stores that sold music back. Yeah. Any store period that sold music, or Soundwaves, or like the mom and pop stores, those are the ones that would sell the local music. So it would be like something you would have to go find. You'd have to go find the mom and pop store, because those would be the only stores that sold the rappers I listen to. But I go to any of these stores, and anything that came out that was hip hop, sometimes I buy. And then for sure, anything that came out that was from Texas, I'd buy, hands down.
Let me ask you this.
My coffee's still
that's interesting, because you came along at a time, and you grew up at a time.
Let me heat up my coffee.
You a little younger than me, but you grew up at a time where by the time you started to listen to hip hop, Houston was getting a lot of local love like this. The artist was getting the radio play, so we kind of had a feel of saying we got our own stars out here at that time. So that was a good advantage to have, like coming up where we came up, me and Murder, we came up at a time where our idols were from the East Coast and West Coast. That was all we had. Yeah, right. So that's an interesting thing to just. I can kind of feel it once a face popped off. Yeah. But we had that pride, like somebody finally made it out of here. Yeah. But that had to be interesting to grow up. Like, we got hood celebrities all around us like that.
Right. And that's for sure how it was. All the artists, all the producers, the DJs, anybody who's a part of it from top to bottom, and people who were getting shout outs on the songs. To me, all of these people were stars to me. Right. And they were at the same level of stardom as Michael Jackson on Quincy Jones and whoever. If not bigger to me. Yeah. Because to the people I would see on TV, like Michael Jackson, something like that, that's not a real person to me. But the people who are on these rap songs that they talking about a street that I
had
can
to save this
drive down. They talking about places
that I Patreon as well.
that I go to, that I frequent. They talking about people that I know or that I might know of. So it's like, to me, it's more real to me. Whereas like the mainstream music or the mainstream pop music or just whatever, even the mainstream hip hop, is not real to me. First of all, a lot of times they're talking with slang in a language that I don't know what the hell they talking about, because we don't refer to, the things the same way that they do in other parts of the country. And then at the same time, they're talking with not only their accents is different than our southern accents, but they talking with words that I don't know. They talking about places I don't even know where. So it's like almost speaking another language to me. So when I would hear the local rappers or rappers from Houston or just from Texas in general, those were always bigger and better than me. And they were like
identify. Yeah, basically, it's like, man, somebody said Timmy Chan.
Yeah,
it's like, I ate that last night. Yeah, I got you, man. Let me ask you this, because you came up through Swisher House, right? Okay, now what was that whole every clique in the city and everybody that has made any noise in this city has those origin stories of how that house was built. What was it like in the early days when that Swisher house was actually being built, and for you to be right there during the construction of all that?
Man, it was a real blessing to be a part of it from the early stages. I can't say I was there from the absolute beginning, but definitely, when I was pretty young, I was like 15 or 16 years old. I was born in 81. So, and like around 96, 97, that's when they used to do these little parties around my neighborhood on the north side, around Acres Home, just the area at the All-Star Sports Complex. It was like batting cages and an arcade and go-kart place. But basically it would be Michael Watts, Ron C, Smoothie, a couple people we went to high school with, Reggie Seal, a couple other people. They would throw parties, and Michael Watts, Ron C would DJ the parties, and on occasion the Swisher House rappers would come rap there. But I was young. I was just coming out of junior high, going into high school, so I was real young. I would pass out flyers at my school or go to the different schools around there and pass out flyers, and I basically would do promotions. That's the easiest door that you can access to get it, to be a part, is to do promotions. No doubt. Rapping is the toughest because everybody want to be a rapper. Right. Everybody can't be everything, so you gotta kind of find a role. So the only way I could get in, the only door that I could get access to was doing promotions. Yeah. So that's what I did. I did street promotions, pass out flyers, put up posters, bring the records to the DJs and get them played. Just be on the scene doing promotions. And at the time, it for sure was like a scrub job. Nobody wanted to do it. Everybody else wanted to get in the club and get in free. Me, I just wanted to be a part. So I would do whatever I wanted. And I didn't think of it as a scrub job. I took pride in the fact that I'm passing out flyers. So I would study, like, what can I do to be more effective than just put a flyer on somebody's car? Let me put it in your hand. And when I put it in your hand, look in your eye and tell you about it. Right. Do anything that'll just stop you to just up it up a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Say hello. I don't want to leave nobody out. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what the fuck is going on. That snap got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be watching some shit. Not even a podcast. It's just go out there. I need to fucking you gotta fucking put some makeup on or some shit. Yeah, bro. It's just Monday, February 7th. I don't even know. I thought it was the morning 8th. Getting the day started at 1:23. Doing, the shit. I guess I would call it networking. Trying to fucking see what's good, see what people are doing. I saw a new rapper. So many good rappers. Like really good rappers. They got me intimidated. They got me tripping. Got to step my game up. Thought I was doing everything. But we not fucking know. We are fucking getting there though. God fucking, I don't even know what the fuck. Take a snap. My coffee's done. Any place.
Compared to what other people would do.
And that's a hell of a lesson for anybody that's listening out there, because sometimes your path to get in that door is not just somebody holding it open and escorting you through it.
Right.
You got to work your way through in other ways. And then for you to have that vision, like, that's the mentality of like, whatever job I do, I'm gonna be the best at it.
Yeah.
And then it leads to that, because when you do the job that don't nobody want to do, that you best believe somebody at the top is going to appreciate it at some point. But and it also instills a work ethic in you that translates over to when it is. If you wasn't a rapper, if rap didn't exist, what you think you would be doing?
Oh, for sure, DJ. But it kind of goes hand in hand with rap. Even then at the same time, my dream goal, my career goal was to be a DJ on 97.9 The Box.
Yeah.
That was my dream goal in life. That's what I thought. It can't get no higher than that to me. That's what it was at the time growing up as a child. So I wanted to start off doing an internship, which always they start you off doing promotions. But at the time, there was some type of scandal or something going on. They no longer let interns come that were under 17. So damn, that summer I was going to be an intern. They no longer, I was like 15 or something. Like, okay, I can't do it no more. I gotta do something else. So I started doing promotions and interning for record labels instead of for the radio station. But at the time, though, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a DJ to play music, not DJ like host the show, talk on the mic, but a DJ like that plays the actual
disc jockey.
Yeah.
Spinning the record. Let me ask you this, okay? Because when you did y'all the color changing click.
Yeah.
And I just remember when y'all had the city on fire, man. Y'all had hottest song popping at the time. You and Chameleon, y'all had an interesting dynamic. And I've always said that when you have groups or duos in rap music, the best ones in history have always been different from each other. And y'all had basically that same dynamic. What was that like to first get that first taste of being like, man, we popping, we got the city on us right now?
It's kind of unbelievable because
make sure to follow K-Rino at the real K-Rino, and make sure to follow at PAULWALL. I don't got his fucking handle, but you already know PAULWALL. Look him up on Twitter. I'm sure he's on everything. That fool hustles. He's a hustler. So yeah, do your thing. So you gotta make sure, because if we're gonna be swooping people's stuff, people's intellectual property, as they would say, then we might as well give back a little bit. And I don't know why I keep looking at the cameras right here. Okay. Fucking got my coffee going. Get a coffee. Do some push-ups. Snaps. Watch some inspirational shit. Watch people do better shit. Do better than you. For sure. Lil Trell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fucking affiliated with no gang. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I know my league, I know my lane, but she is LILTR3 L. Yeah, Lil Trell. She fucking got bars, you know what I'm saying? People don't like aggressive shit, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, fucking to be in a fucking crazy ass shit. It's hard to do music fucking in an easy right here. In the easiest spot ever, at your fucking, you know what I'm saying, at your mom's house, trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying, not having to fucking worry about, this fucking boss fucking over your fucking head, lingering and shit like that, or worried about gangs, or worried about shit like that. It's fucking hard to make music. So I can't even imagine, you know what I'm saying, when you got so much influences, that shit. But regardless of all that shit, it's because it transcends. Is what we're learning right now with K-Rino being a student of the game of hip hop. Never fucking, shit. I'm 23 years old. Hip hop is 50. That's double my age, and something like that. So if it's around double my age, I gotta give it the proper respect. I don't really got too much respect for really. I would say my elders. They would say, you know what I'm saying, but it's. You know what I'm saying? I feel like respect is earned regardless of age, but I understand elders got there somehow. So you know what I'm saying? Obviously got to give respects and learn and try to learn from fucking, you know what I'm saying? Fucking the real bars and what I think is real bars, and you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't even know, dude, because I just think it's possible that everybody just fucks with, you know, their own type of fucking sound and shit like that, and there's no perfect sound, and obviously that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's like a nervous system. It's like a tree, and it's like nerves, and it's just, dude, it's just nerves. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm not talking about like nervousness. I'm talking about fucking nerves. Like it's a fucking, it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Like my fucking brain is connected to all these things. You know, and it's fucking a nerve. So it's like, is it a right or wrong nerve, or you know what I'm saying, like that? You know, whatever fucking hits you. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Trell was going off the top of the dome, and I've been trying to go off the top of the dome, and she was live, and dude, fucking, you know what I'm saying? I got to step my game up 100%, like fucking 100%. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, not even like 99%. Like I've been doing now, like everything I've done has to be doubled, possibly like, and you know what I'm saying? Because that's how the mentality I was going into, like, we were fucking battle rapping or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But obviously I got the advantage. She doesn't know me and where the fuck I'm coming from, but I get to see her thing. So obviously it would be an advantage. So fuck, you know what I'm saying? But I just mean, so I'm not meaning like I'm fucking training to, you know, beat this person, specifically this person. No, it's like I just got to step my game up, period. 100% overall. Because everybody got bars. Like literally, I heard that, you know, everybody got fucking bars. So what the fuck are you gonna do? How are you gonna set yourself apart? Yeah. Let's keep going.
When it's something you've never experienced before, you're like, how long does it last?
Right.
Is this as good as it gets? Does it get better? You know, what does this mean now? Of course, you know, usually you think, oh, I made it. But for me, it was more like one of them, you know, on 8 Mile when Eminem won, he was like, everybody's like, oh, you made it, you won. And he's like, nah, I ain't make it. I got bills to pay. I got to go back to my job. That's kind of more how I felt. I took it along the lines of, yeah, we got songs getting played, we got love, but man, you know how far I want to go. My dreams are, you know, I got some. It's just the first step. It's just this level 2. I need to get to level 200.
You walk up 2 steps, and then you look up as more steps to go. I want to talk about something else that is a quality.
Joe,
PAULWALL that I personally have always appreciated in you. You know, we've never had this conversation before. It's only a handful of people that I look at that have ever came through the city of Houston in this game that I just look at and say, well, man, this guy, he really gets it in terms of his connection relationship with the people and the fans. And Screw is definitely one of those people, but you are one of those people too. Anytime I see you.
Shout out to DJ Screw, you know, just listening to this stuff too. You already know how you do. And maybe I'll do that shit, man. Get a clue. DJ Clue. Let's go.
In the public.
You already know the DJ Screw.
People around you. You never turn people away. You never mistreat nobody. You always are real approachable, taking pictures, shaking hands, kissing babies, just showing that genuine love. How important is that to you? And for other artists, that maybe, how important should that be in terms of having that humility for the people who support you and hold you up like that?
I think it's different for everybody. First, you know, you got to do what can bring you the most peace. So for me, I took on a persona as being the people's champ. That's something that kind of, one of my homeboys in Dallas, his name is J Mac. He gave me the nickname, the people's champ. And when he gave it to me, it kind of, he flipped the switch where it's like, you know what, that's the perfect way to describe my mentality. Now, when you're the people's champ, you're not necessarily winning MVP. You're not necessarily winning the title, but the people always hold you up in a place at the same type of level, or you know, as the people who are winning MVP or winning the title, as long as I remain the people's champ. So with that comes a lot of things. What that means, I can't turn people down, you know, because as soon as I start, you know, acting a fool or being a jerk to people, then I'm no longer a people's champ.
Right.
Also, I'm in competition for sure, you know, usually with myself. But, you know, there are other individuals who might be in my same type of lane who I'm in competition with, but I'm not in competition with any other people's champ. So, for instance, if there's someone else who comes out and they the new people's champ, I ain't beefing with them. Nah, you ain't. I'm the people's champ. Because if I do, then I'm no longer the people's champ. Being the people's champ means it's all for the people. So you know, the people come first before me. Yeah. So if the time comes for me to pass the torch, by all means, then I'm gonna pass it. I'm still gonna be me and still be the people's champ as well. But at the same time, it's not like I'm the only people's champ. It's not like a something like that.
Yeah, the people make you. For sure. The people allow us to live how we live, however it is that we live. So, but I still feel like that have to be a quality that's already in you, because if it was fake, you wouldn't even be able to pull it off like that.
I appreciate this. Is my dream job. Yeah, this is what I prayed for. This is what I still pray for. This is what I still work hard for. I don't take not one aspect of it for granted. And it's different than an athlete, where the athlete
got
endorsement deals, but their contract is with the team and the owner. So it's not with the fans. So they don't have to be cool with the fans. They can cut the fans out. They ain't got to take pictures, none of that. They usually do, but they don't have to. Whereas an artist, our paycheck comes directly from sales.
Yeah, so, they are employees. The fans are our employees.
So if I treat the fans bad, then they're gonna stop buying my music and come to my shows, and then it directly is linked to how you treat. Now at the same time, we both know there's lots of people out there in our occupation who aren't that friendly with fans, but they still have huge hits, great careers, you know, whatever. So, you know, usually there's like a common ground. You got to find a little, I know I take it a little bit farther than other people do when I'll take every picture. Like my family hated sometimes where they be like, man, come on, we're going to be late. And I'm just standing there taking pictures.
Man, that's a beautiful thing to me, you know, I said, because it's like you like I say, you get it, and you have to get it, because at the end of the day, man, we don't know how long this wave is going to ride.
Exactly.
And on the flip side to that, you also are dealing with the situation of somebody that runs in the Powerwall coming out the gas station, and somebody who had no idea they were going to see you that day. That's a moment they're going to remember forever. Now you may never. It may be the second you get in the car and burn off, but they gonna go home. Hey, guess what? So that's the importance of that, man. So I always appreciated that in you, because I would peep that, like, man, Paul be I really personable with people. Man.
I felt like I tell my kids this too. I feel like, man, we lightweight superheroes, man. Now my superpower is the power to bring joy. Right. Now it's not effective on everybody, but when you had that chance, and kind of like you talking about, like I just bump into somebody, they having a hard day or they having a hard time, and they like, that power up, man, what you doing? Like, you can see the smile come across. It's not effective on everybody, but the people that it is effective on, it is effective. You know, when it could change their day. One moment can change their day, and that could possibly change their life.
Yeah, that's a fact, because you just don't know, man. You never know.
I remember when I was a kid. I remember being in Hobby Airport. I was a kid. I was like, I don't know where I was going, because I probably only flew a plane probably twice in my life when I was a kid. But I remember being a kid, and I remember bumping into Bushwick Bill and saying, "Oh snap, that's Bushwick Bill!" Like knowing it's Bushwick Bill. And
that's how, dude. Like, I don't even know. I'm learning about the Ghetto Boys as well. Man, I'm so fucking lit. And this head is lit, so I'm gonna fucking keep that in the camera view. But yeah, K-Rino had Willie D of the Ghetto Boys, and then he had, you know what I'm saying, they talked about, you know, how it got started and all this shit. And got DJ Premier fucking, you know, loaded up next, ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? I fucking 25 minutes in, yet I mean, I shouldn't even say it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a good listening experience. Yeah, fuck.
Probably like 12 years old. So I was, you know, young. I wasn't even a teenager yet. Right. But so I was definitely a child. So changed their life.
Yeah, that's a fact, because you just don't know, man. You never know.
I remember when I was a kid. I remember being in Hobby Airport. I was a kid. I was like, I don't know where I was going, because I probably only flew a plane probably twice in my life when I was a kid. But I remember being a kid, and I remember bumping into Bushwick Bill and saying, "Oh snap, that's Bushwick Bill!" Like knowing it's Bushwick Bill, and I was probably like 12 years old. So I was, you know, young. I wasn't even a teenager yet. Right. So I was definitely a child. So, but I knew that was Bushwick Bill, and it was early morning. He was traveling somewhere, and he was, you know, he was obviously tired because he was like not passed out, but he was like kind of sleeping at it's some little restaurant somewhere in Javier Airport. It wasn't a meeting, so whatever little rest, he was just sitting there trying to give him a little trap nap before the plane. And I just went up to him, a little kid, and I don't know if he's gonna cuss me out, security gonna cuss me out. Of course, he didn't look like he wanted to be bothered, but I went up to him, spoke, said, "Bruce, what's up, man? I'm a big fan, whatever." He was cool. He took time to speak to me, took a picture with me. This was, you know, back before there was camera phones, so I had to actually get somebody to actually take a picture, get the camera out, all the extra stuff, right? Yeah. And he wasn't the least bit rude at all or anything. And obviously, you could tell he didn't want to be bothered, but he still took time out to spend that time with me, and I never forgot it. Right. Exactly. I also remember meeting Big Boy from Outkast one time. Me and K-Rino, we were probably about 16 or 17. I mean, I still got the ticket stubs so I can find out exact age. I still got my ticket stubs from these concerts. Right, me too. You know, but I remember being there, and we were at the Woodlands, and we were at the, you know, on the field where you sit down, but we were on the lowest level. So right there, right in front of us was like a little 6-foot drop, and that was where people were walking around, and that was the lower level. And you know, Outkast just came off stage. I think they were on tour with maybe Cypress Hill, Erykah Badu. It was that tour, and maybe the Roots was there too. But anyway, I see Big Boy walking in front of me, like George Jefferson, like Tupac when he come out of jail with his arm swinging in his back. That's the same way I seen Kiki walk out of Charlestown Mall in 2002. But now, I seen her walking, and I said, "Oh snap! Hey, come in and go, Big Boy." He like, "Oh man, what we gonna do?" He looked like he probably was walking to a meet and greet or something going on, right? I'm a little wild sometimes, so I said, "Man, go for it." What the hell? I just went for it. I just jumped over the thing, jumped down about 6-8 feet. His big old security guard like stopped me and me like, "What?" But I'm a kid, I'm a child, so he like, I'm like, "Man, please, I just want to leave." I just want to roll it. Yeah, they said, "All right, come on, we'll let you make." And they was amazed too, like, "Man, you got some crazy man. What the hell going on?" But I just jumped down a little 8 feet, and I was like, "Man, please, gotta get your autograph." He signed an autograph for me. I still got the autograph to this day. So I remember these encounters, just like you said, and there are other ones too, where now the negative encounters come from when I was working at Def Jam. When I was young at this age too, I was like 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, that whole era, even a little older than that. I was doing street promotions for Def Jam, and I remember, you know, busting my tail, man, to do promotions for somebody from another city. That's their first time coming to Houston. I do all kind of work, and they completely high side on me. Man, it's like, okay, you know, I lost my job that day. Yeah, so I remember that like them experiences, the negative and the positive, and it made me as an artist be like, well, I want all my experiences to be positive. I want people every person I run into, I want them to remember that for the rest of their life, whether they're a fan of me or not. I want that, you know, I want to take advantage of that opportunity, man. No question. And you can gain fans by doing that. Definitely. I want to get into some other stuff because.
So you already know what it is. You guys got to check out that the real K-Rino. This has been a Saying Hi K-Rino promo podcast. Hopefully he's promoted this podcast. He, you know what I'm saying, he drops bars and he works hard on his wordplay and his music, and has dropped a lot of music. So you guys fucking do your thing, do what you guys will do with that, and I will finish this coffee. Get to some, let's play some fucking Thundercat, bro. I would play it. Somebody showed me Thundercat by or someone showed me Dragon Ball Durag by Thundercat. That shit slap. I can't play it. I will definitely get taken out for that one for sure. I'm sure that one has everything. It has all the bases covered to get every, you know, they're squeezing lemons. And yeah. Fucking, I don't fucking know. We're just fucking trying to fucking do our thing here in 2021. And fucking listen to music and understanding all that shit. And I'm at 2% actually. Fuck. Anyway. Gotta get up. Mom, you know what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Just do your thing. You gotta fucking you know what the fuck is good for you. You know what I'm saying? And you just wanted to say hello. You know, let you guys fucking know that there's fucking still hip hop, some sick hip hop to be heard. And yeah, they got to keep digging in the crates. You know what I'm saying? Striving to be great. You know what I'm saying? Let's fucking keep going, man.
Illuminati through your body in this bitch like a Illuminati. Got the box like a Punjabi, I'm from sick like a tsunami. Walk up to me from the tsunami. When it's listening, it's tsunami. Say you ain't know the Scotty. She throw the thing like Cassie.